My channel is Sean. My channel name again is simply Sean. I just got off work. If you don't know, I work from home, so I log off and typically start my day with cooking. Today is going to be an easy, simple meal because I'm tired. I don't feel like cooking, but the family has to eat. So I'm doing fish and grits today. I do my fish different ways. It depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes I do mustard. Sometimes I do just the batter. But today is going to be just a simple meal. So I'm going to have my daughter come over and I can kind of walk you guys through what I have. I have my fish fry seasoning. I usually get this from Sam's Club. It goes a long way. I have my grits, just quick grits. I have my Crisco grease that is already in the deep fryer. The only seasoning I'm going to be using today is just Old Bay seasoning because this here has a lot of seasoning. So if you add more seasoning, you know it could be a bit salty. I have my eggs, the milk, butter, and this is the key to cooking grits. If you struggle with lumpy grits, this is definitely the key to cooking grits. You kind of want to stir. Not typically with a spoon. I like the whisk. And then I have my basa fish. I already have it cleaned. You want to make sure your fish or any type of meat is completely dry before adding your ingredients. So let's start with doing my Old Bay. And a little goes a long way because again, the batter has a lot of seasoning in it. So I just use it, just put it over my fish. And again, you want to make sure your fish is dry. And again, I'm not a professional cook, so don't come for me. There's 1,000 ways to make fish and grits. So you want to do what's best for you. I already washed my hands off camera. I'm cooking for my family, so I'm not using gloves. I'm just flipping the fish over now. And again, I'm just going to season with the Old Bay. And you kind of just want it to go in the fish. And again, you want to definitely make sure your fish is dry. Okay, so we're going to come over here now. Let me wash my hands really quick. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm typically adding probably about 2 eggs. And I'm going to be dipping my fish in here before adding it to the batter. And sometimes I just do mustard. I asked my family, I asked them can they taste the difference. They say no. So I just add a little bit of milk and I whisk it for the batter of the fish. Let me get a plate. And again, everybody cooks it different. Everybody makes it different. So basically, I'm just going to be drenching my fish in the egg and milk batter. And I'm going to bring the bag over here. I usually use a Ziploc bag. I want to kind of get all the excess off and then just stick it in here. And then kind of just make sure I get it together. And I just want to repeat. And then I'll come back with the next steps once I get this all done. All right, fish in the batter is just sitting. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on the grits. The grits really don't take long. So while I'm doing the grits, I usually have my grease warming up. The most important thing about cooking is cleaning as you go. So as you can see, I kind of put the dishes away. You definitely want to clean as you go. You don't want to just stand there or just wait for the food. For me, what's easier for me is cleaning as I go. So once I'm done cooking, I'm done eating, I just can kind of do a few dishes and I'm done. So the next thing we're going to do is going to start on the grits. And again, everyone cooks different. So I'm open to suggestions, but don't come for me. I'm not a professional cook. I'm self-taught. You do what's best for you. So I'm just kind of give you the tips to how I cook. And again, this is just a very simple meal. During the week, I try to keep simple meals. I cook my biggest meal typically on Sundays, but we're gonna start with the grits. So I'm adding water, and the water for your grits. If you need more water, you can add. So the way I do my grits is very, very simple. And believe it or not, a lot of people can't cook grits or rice, but it's really, really simple. So I usually open up the bag and then just put my grits or sugar in a Ziploc bag because it seems sometimes it has like a hole in it. So I usually just put it in a Ziploc bag and I keep a cup. I use this cup only for my grits. So what you want to do is before you add the grits, you want to make sure your water is completely boiling. That's the key. Do not add your grits to the pot to cold water. So while my pot is getting boiling, I'm going to check on the grease and then I'll be back. Okay, so what we're going to do is just add a little bit of salt to the water, and that'll help it boil, come to a boil faster. You don't want to add a whole lot. I'd rather add little and always add than add too much and you can't really take away. So I add a little bit of salt. As you can see, the water is coming to a boil. What I usually do, I add my grits and it's a half a stick of butter. So I'm going to add the butter. And then if you really have no idea about cooking grits, you can maybe do like 4 cups of water to 1 cup of grits. Or you can start off with 2 cups of water. But for me, I kind of just know how much water I need for grits. I've been cooking them for so long. And again, everybody cooks grits different. Everyone cooks grits different. I repeat, everyone cooks grits different. So some people rinse off their grits. I don't rinse off my grits. It's just something I just don't do. The quick and easy grits is typically already ready to go. But what I'm doing now is I'm going to turn down my oil just a little bit. Right now I have on like medium. And I'm just going to add the grits. Okay. And then the key to cooking grits is you want to whisk. You want to get those lumps out. You want to whisk until if you feel like you whisk too much, then whisk some more. Because the key is to cooking grits is you do want to whisk or you will get lumpy grits. So what I usually do, I whisk it for like a minute or two. And that is definitely, this is the key to cooking grits. You don't want to cook with, I mean, everybody's different. Again, I don't want to say you don't want to cook, but I don't like to cook with cook grits with a spoon because I find that you do get lumpy grits. And as you can see, there's no lumps. So you want to just whisk until, and then as you can see, there's no lumps in this grits. So right now we just have salt, a little bit of salt, a half a stick of butter, and then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add some pepper. And for me, and I just do like maybe a half a teaspoon of pepper. And then for me, I'd rather them add their own salt at the end because I don't like a lot of salt. But my husband, he likes, more salt than I do. But I don't like cheese in my grits. But sometimes, well, I won't say I don't like it, but it depends on what mood. But right now, I'm not adding the cheese. So again, you want to clean as you go. So I'm really big on cleaning as I go. And then as you see, it's coming to so right now what I'm doing is adding it to low. Because right now these quick grits, they don't take a long time. And I like buttery grits, so what I'm going to do is add that last stick of butter. I know it's probably a lot of butter. But again, I'm not a professional cook. I do what's best for me. I'm going to add that. And then, right now the grits are pretty much done. So we'll come back and we'll check on them just to make sure they're not lumpy. If they are lumpy and your other food is not ready, you can always add a little bit of water. And again, you can see there's no lumps. Real simple grits. No lumps in your grits. And what I'm doing, I'm adding just a little bit of milk, not a whole lot. And that will definitely give you creamy grits. As you can see, no lumps. And this doesn't get any simpler than that. So you want to do, again, we just did butter, salt, a little bit of pepper, milk, and look, no lumps. What we're going to do now, I'm going to get you over to the deep fryer. I use the deep fryer outside because I don't like the smell of fish and chicken in the house. So we have a deep fryer set up outside. So we're going to head out there to fry the fish. And then we're pretty much done with our dinner. So what we're doing now, we're outside and I'm doing my fish on this deep fryer. I just got a simple deep fryer from Walmart. And as you can look on here, it'll tell you pretty much what to cook your fish on, which is $3.75, which is what I have it on. And then what I'm doing is just going to lay 2 fishes on here at a time. And again, this is Bassa fish. I'm sorry if I didn't say that at the beginning. I'm still learning this, but this is Bassa fish. So I'm just adding 2 pieces at a time. And again, you want to make sure your grease is hot. You don't want to add food to cold grease because it's just going to soak up that grease. And as you can see, the fish is hot. I'm going to cover the lid. And then I come back when it's all done. That egg and milk I did earlier, it helps with the crisp of the fish. And also, if you don't want to do the egg and milk mixed together, you can do mustard. Okay, so you can do mustard, and that'll help with if you like crispy fish. So what we're doing right now is we're going to add the last 2 pieces. And as y'all know from the last video, this is my favorite fish. So I really didn't feel like cooking today, but I'm not, eating out is expensive and it's not healthy to eat out every day. So during the week, again, I like to cook simple meals. Simple meals. It's, if you Google 30-minute meals, it's a ton of meals coming up. So this is the last batch of fish. And then what we'll do is when I come back, we'll go ahead and show you the end of the grits, and we'll plate it, and then we'll show you the end result. Be back then. So we got some nice grits, and I don't want cheese, but if the kids want cheese, they can always add cheese directly on their plate. So what we're doing right now, this is my husband's plate. So he likes to slice the bread with his, so this is the end result. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe. Share my YouTube with everybody. Let everybody know what your girl doing. As you know, I'm nervous, but I'm trying to get through this. This is the goal. I'm not giving up. I know it's going to be criticism. I know people are going to be the naysayers. But hey, I'm doing something that I want to do. My family is supporting me. We all on the board. We're happy. I'm enjoying myself. So again, easy fish and grits. Very simple. If it's some tips that you can give me, share in the post. If it's something that you would like for me to cook, share also. And I definitely will. I love cooking again. Again, I'm not a chef, so everything is taught. So again, easy, simple fish and grits take less than 30 minutes. See you guys later. Bye.